Hello everyone, welcome back to our ICT class, and this is video number 21. Hope you all are fine and safe. Did you go through the topics which we have discussed in the last class? What all things we have discussed? We have a small activity we have to do. It was pending, so that activity we have completed in that last class. It is about the while loop. We know how to write the program in while loop. Basically, what is the difference between the while loop and for loop? For loop, there will be no more comments. All the instructions will be included in a single instruction, in a single comment. But for the while loop, we have to give each instructions, we have to give it separately. We have to write each instructions separately. Okay, so that is a basic difference. We have to indicate each instruction separately. That is a basic difference between the for loop and while loop, and we have compared this for loop and while loop by using one activity. So I hope it is clear to all of you. And also we have done one extended activity, and the activity is of preparing a Python program to display the multiples of 7 below 200. To display the multiples of 7 below 200. So that also we have done. Preparing a Python program to display the multiples of 7 below 200. Today we will be going to do one more program, because many students told me that how we can write the program, it will be difficult for us. So how we can study, how we can understand writing the program. So I know some students are not much okay with this chapter for writing the program and all. So I thought that in this class also we will be doing one more program, and that is a second program. Prepare a Python program to find the sum of even numbers from 2 to 50. So this is the program which we are going to do today. Preparing a Python program to find the sum of the even numbers from 2 to 50. For finding the sum of even numbers, if the program is like how to print the sum of even numbers from 2 to 50, if the question is like that, what we will do? How we can do that? So before explaining that, I am going to open our Ideally. For that application, programming Ideal or Ideally. I am going to open file, new file. So here the question what they have asked is to find the sum of even numbers. We have to find the sum of even numbers. So before that, by step I will be explaining this program. First I will write the program to print the even numbers from 2 to 50. I hope you all will be knowing that to write the program to print the even numbers. How we can do that? To print the even numbers means the difference must be 2 digit. 2 digit there must be difference, or 2 must be increased, like 2, 4, 6. So what is the difference between 4 and 2? It is 2. Or we can say 2 plus 2 is 4, 4 plus 2 is 6, 6 plus 2 is 8. Till 50, 2 digits are increasing. So we will be getting the even numbers. So how we can write it in the range? How we can write this is in the range? Like this. I will be showing here. Range. We can write this like range of, the first value must be 2. And we have to 2 to 50. So 50 also must be included. 50 is also an even number. 50 also must be included. So what change we have to put in the end value? We must write it as 51. And difference also must be 2. If we write the difference 2, then only you will be getting the even numbers. So I have to put this in the range. Okay, so instead of writing this repeatedly, we can put this in the for loop. Am I right? We know for writing this repeatedly, this instruction comments, instead of writing it repeatedly, we can put this in the for loop. So I am using this this it in the for loop. So how we can write that? I am taking this and I am writing for. I will be taking the variable as I in range of 2, 51, 2. Put enter. Next I am going to just before calculating, before finding the sum of even numbers, just I will show you to print what we will be getting as the output. So I am going to print I. Okay, going to print I. So I am saving this as extended activity, like that itself we will be saving this. After that I am going to run this program, run module. So now you can see the program, the even numbers got printed here. From 2 to 50 you got the even numbers printed. But the question is to find the sum of these even numbers. From 2 to 50 we have to find the sum. That means 2 plus 4 plus 6 plus 8 plus 10 plus 12 plus 14 plus 16 till 50. Till means including 50 we have to find the sum. So for finding the sum, what we have to do? We have to write an equation. For writing an equation, first we have to initialize a variable. Here I am initializing a variable s. S is the variable in which we have to store the sum. So s is the variable. First of all I will be initializing the variable s is equal to 0. Okay, s is equal to 0. Here I am not going to print this because we have to find the sum. So I am removing this comment and I am writing the equation s is equal to s plus I. S is equal to s plus I. What do you mean by this equation? First the variable, in the variable s the value will be 0. So here what will happen? The s, the variable s, this in this s the value will be 0. 0 plus I. First what will happen? If the loop starts, I will be coming to the first value. First value what is there? It is 2. The first value is 2. So what will happen? Here there will be I, in the I the value will be 2, and here in the s the value will be 0. So 0 plus 2. What will be the value? 0 plus 2? 2. So here in the variable s 2 will be stored. Again it will go, the loop will be continuing. Again what will happen? I in the range of 2. After first the 2 will be coming to the variable I. Next what will happen? 4. So here in I what will happen? The 4 will come. Again in s what is the value stored? 2 is the value stored. How we are getting 2? Because first when we calculate s is equal to 0 plus the first value, first I is equal to 2. So 0 plus 2 is equal to 2. So 2 is stored in s. Okay, next I in I instead of 2 4 will come. So what will happen? 4 plus 2 6 will be stored in s, right? So 6 will be there in s. Next again the loop will be continuing. The third value, what is the third value? 6 itself. So 6 plus 6, what will happen? 12 will be stored in s. So there is 12 in s. Again the loop will be continuing. Next in the loop what is coming? 8. So the continuation 8 plus 12. In s it is 12 and in I there comes 8. So 8 plus 12 we will be getting the value. That value will be stored in s. Again this loop will be continuing. In this way the calculations will be done till 51. 50 also will get calculated. After that what we have to do? We have to print this. When we are printing this here inside the loop, what will happen? Continuously the printing also will be go on as how much the loop is continuing, like that the printing also will be done. So we have to print outside the loop. For printing outside the loop, we have to write here, okay, under this. So print bracket, we can write like sum of the even numbers from 2 to 50 is equal to comma, we have to separate the comma by comma, what, the value stored in S. So we have to write the S, we have to print this S. At last, after calculating, we will be getting a value, that is the total sum of these even numbers, and next we can print this S like this. In the print statement, print sum of even numbers from 2 to 50 is equal to S. Okay, so I am saving this. After that I am going to run module. So you can see here, sum of even numbers from 2 to 50 is equal to 650. When you calculate this, you will be getting the answer 650. So this is the second program, Python program, to find the sum of even numbers from 2 to 50. So step by step I told you, I hope you understood. First we write the comment just to print the even numbers. So for printing the even numbers, we can put it all in the range. We know the first value, last value, and for getting the even numbers we have to write the difference as 2. So we got the even numbers printed from 2 to 50. Next what we have to do, the question is to finding the sum. So there is no need of printing this, just to make you understand I do this. I did this for after printing. After printing only I did the program. I hope you understood. Next what we have to do is we have to find the sum of even numbers. So we got the even numbers. When we write this, only this comment, with this comment you will be getting the even numbers print till 51. Next we have to find the sum. So for finding the sum, we have to initialize a variable S. After that we have to do this equation. So by executing this equation in the loop, you will be getting the answer. So I hope it is clear to you. If you have any further doubts, it will be cleared in the upcoming session in the Google Meet. Okay, so with this much we can conclude our chapter 4. Next day we will be moving to the another chapter name is Practical Lab in Computers. The Practical Lab in Computers. What is this practical lab? Did you heard about the practical lab? Did you do the practical lab? Yes, in ICT we are doing the practical labs. In chemistry you will be having practical lab. In physics there is a practical lab, right? So you all will be doing the practical lab in computer as well as by manually. That means by using the instruments. In other subjects you will be using doing the practical lab manually, right? You will be having in our schools and all, there is a separate classroom for the practical lab and all. In practical lab in computers means digitally we are doing the lab. We will be doing the practicals in computer. In olden days and all, the education system is not that much developed. Now after when we are comparing this modern era and the ancient times, what you can understand, a lot of technologies has been developed. As the more technologies developed, it is helpful for us for the e-learning. In olden days and all, there is no any e-learning facility. There is no online classes. There is no that much technology developed. So after a long days, as there comes new technologies, we got a lot of advanced technologies and it becomes more helpful for us for doing the activities. here you can see we live in the wonderful age of information technology. There has been a great leap in the world of technology, which is an offshoot of incredible rate at which the whole world is progressing. We can make use of the various facilities offered by information technologies to make learning and activities related to it. By using this, making use of this information technologies, it is very helpful for us for learning and activities. Nowadays, many educational software are available in our computer as a scaffold for learning activities. You all will be knowing that many softwares are there for e-learning activities in computer. Google Meet is one of the software. In this way, Google Classroom. So for online learning, a lot of softwares are developed in our modern times. Okay. In this chapter, you will be acquainted with some simulation software that helps you comprehend and assimilate complex idea in an easy manner. In your social science textbook, I hope you all studied about the phenomenon continental drift. Drifting continents, continental drift. I hope you all will be knowing that. Here, in this chapter, by using one software, we will be doing continental drift in practicals that we will be doing in computer. Okay. How was the green earth formed even before the lizards and dinosaurs reigned over it? How was the green earth formed? Green earth, there are continents, oceans. They all are formed when lithospheric plates floated on the top of asthenosphere that was partially in liquid form. When above the top of asthenosphere, when the lithospheric plates floated, these oceans and continents form. I hope you all will be knowing that because you studied this in the social science textbook, the chapter title, The Signature of Time. Okay. Such natural phenomena can be carefully studied in detail by using a simulation software. This continental drift, this formation of the continents, formation of the oceans, we will be studying practically by using a software named G-Plates. It is a simulation software. We will be studying about this in this chapter. Okay. Such natural phenomenon can be carefully studied in detail by using simulation software. We can observe this with the help of G-Plates software, which is a free software, has the facility to observe the formation of tectonic plates over the years, the reconstruction of tectonic plates and their shifting through different periods with the help of simulation. Basically, it is a simulation software for finding or for studying about the continental drift, formation of continents, formation of oceans. So here what is happening? Social science is in computer. What all things historically we have studied in history or in theoretically, what all things we have studied, that we are going to do as practicals in ICT. Okay, so for this we will be familiarizing about a software, and that software name is G-Plates software. The first activity is activity 5.1, formation of continents. We will be doing this activity, formation of continents. About this activity I will be discussing in the next session. First, these all things we will be doing with the help of G-Plates software. How we can open the G-Plates software? You can see here. This we will be closing. We can open the G-Plates software like application, education. Yes, G-Plates. You can see here application, education, G-Plates. So when I click here, we'll just wait for it to come. Yes, this is the G-Plates software. This is the G-Plates software. This is the globe which we can move. We can move this globe here and there. Okay, so this is the globe. Here you can see the continents and all. So here we will be opening a G-Plates project Okay, so based on the project we will be doing the activity. These all are the different tools and different menus you can see here which help us for doing this activity. Okay, here you can see an option, drag globe. If we want to drag a globe, we can click here and we can drag the globe. Okay, if we want to see the opposite portion of the globe, we can, by using the mouse pointer, we can do that. Okay, so different features you can see. So about these all things in detail we will be studying throughout the activities. Okay, so we will be doing different activities based on this, so we will be studying more about that in that way. Okay, so in upcoming sessions we will be discussing it. So I hope you understood how to open the Gplake software. It is related to the geographical features of the earth, continents, oceans, like that. Okay, so about that we will be discussing later. So I hope you understood what we have done today. We have done an extended activity, one more extended activity from the last chapter. I hope you understood that, and just we introduce the next chapter and about the Gplake software. So if you have any doubt, ask me in the Google Meet. So practice the activity. Those who are having computer, don't forget to practice the programs. If you practice, then only it will be come to your mind how to do. Others, you have to watch the video, and in YouTube also you will be getting a lot of videos related to the Python programming. So study that. So see you in the next class. Thank you. Bye.